Hi.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. We have that weird weather where it wants to rain, but it's not.
I thought it was gonna rain here a few minutes ago.
Thunderstorm.
It's
Nice.
supposed to thunder.
I hope so. I haven't heard any yet. We have guests staying in the teepee, so we'll see how they do.
Oh.
It's their second night.
Nice.
You seem to be booked up for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Krista is also going to join us here online. Then we'll talk about more. Okay. I'm just getting my stuff together.
That's okay. We'll watch you.
Need to relax.
It's one of those days.
Oh my gosh. My computer's been working funny. Even when I went to pay a bill today, I had to refresh the page and it paid it twice.
Oh no.
I was like, that's shitty.
Will they refund it?
Well, why even bother, right?
Oh, wait, just go on to the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got quite a delay too. We must have also a delay.
Yeah, because we don't have fiber out here.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hi, Brett.
Hello. Got some fresh coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my goodness.
All we need is vodka.
All we need is what?
Vodka.
What's that?
Vodka.
Oh, vodka. I thought you were calling some spirit. I'm like, that's why I was like, what's that?
Well, we could.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was full moon. It's awesome.
I know, I meant to join last night, but Mark was working late and the baby was wild, so.
Oh yeah? How's he doing? Does he
Good.
does he like being one?
Oh, yes, but he acts a little bit older now.
Oh, yeah, he's almost a teenager now.
Yeah, pretty much. He thinks he is. And now that he's walking, I can't control him.
That's funny. Okay, let me see. Find my stuff.
Do you have a
Almost
fan
ready.
going in your room?
Sorry?
Do you have a fan going in your room?
No.
Your curtains, oh, pushing out and going back.
Oh yeah, my window is open.
Okay.
That's funny.
I was gonna say, ooh, something's in there.
There's an orb there though in front of
I do
it.
see that.
Awesome. Well, I think we can pretty much get started here. I'm gonna check and see if she's having trouble getting on.
That's fine.
Oh.
I told her it was online.
Yeah, next week's is at your house, isn't it?
Yeah. And expect it to be like 2 hours. I know it says 1 hour, but
Okay.
about 1.5 to 2 hours.
Sounds good.
Okay. We'll see if she gets on. I gave her the link, so just in case, there we go. Okay, so let's talk about the last week. I gave you lots to try out, lots of things to do and to be aware with. So we'll go over a few things. Emily, I saw some of your experiences.
I've had quite a few, to be honest.
So let's go through all of the pathways and just see how they're working with us. So let's start with the clairaudience. So the clairaudience is the psychic hearing. So what is it that, are you able to hear? Are you hearing messages?
I think I'm having a hard time, but it just feels like, I don't even know how to describe it. You know how when you cup your ears?
Muffled?
It sounds like that, but then last night, I was laying in bed and I could hear a bunch of sirens, and I look at the window and there's absolutely no sirens, but then when I try and hear voices, I get that muffled, cupped ear thing again.
Okay, that's cool. I can understand that because the astral worlds can be a little muffled.
Okay.
Like for me today, I was here, my door was here, nobody was here, and all I got was, hey, right? And it's just someone letting me know, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
Right? And then you wait to see if you get anything.
And I can hear a dog, but it's not my dog, because I can hear a dog walking through the hall, and I'm like, did I forget to put Maverick in bed? But then I go and I look, and he's in his bed. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
but
awesome.
voice-wise, I haven't had any like voices yet, I guess. But the siren thing I found weird because I couldn't see a thing.
And that's why doing the red and black is still a good exercise, because it triggers them to speak.
Okay.
And the faster they speak, like you don't have to wait for the answer, or any quick things that you can ask for where you want to actually hear some kind of answer.
Okay. I get buzzing too. When I feel the hollow, there's like a buzz.
Okay, that's awesome. And when you go to sleep, can you hear that energy?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I think I try and focus too hard, and I don't know if I lose it when I do that. Because as soon as I start like...
Every night that frequency will sound different. Like when you put your head against the pillow, you'll know whether...
It's my left ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you take note on that.
Because I find my right ear, I don't hear much, but as soon as it's just my left ear up, I get the buzzing.
And the left ear is the receiving.
Okay.
So that would make sense for you, that channel is open.
Okay.
So
perfect.
when you go to sleep, you want to take note on what type of frequency is it, and is it super loud? Or is it faint? Because that is listening into the astral world.
Oh, okay.
And the thing that you want to take it further this week and ask them to communicate in your sleep.
Okay.
What about you, Linda? Can you hear any of the astral sounds? I know you can hear talking.
Well, funny thing is, no, not after last week.
Really?
Yes.
Get out!
Nothing.
That is amazing!
Either side, no, well, I don't know, but either side, I can't hear nothing no more. You took my little things away, now my ears.
No, that means that now you're able to actually listen to something that's even beyond that. That's awesome.
I thought, you crazy bitch, you took it away.
Well, we did want to clear it, right? But
Yeah.
now whatever that's going to communicate with you is coming to communicate, and it's not something that will try to drive you crazy.
I still have an attachment, so I don't know if it's got something to do with that too. I got it like, well, not really. I had the attachment longer before last week's course, right? But like I said, since last Wednesday, I don't hear nothing anymore. I used to hear boom, boom, boom. And sometimes I would even hear music at nighttime. Pianos,
Wow.
something now.
I can't have a fan on. Like,
No,
if I have a fan going in my house, I can hear into other worlds and spaces.
Well, last night Mark had the fan going in our room, and I could have sworn I heard talking. I thought people
Oh
were.
yeah, definitely.
And then as soon as I turned the fan off, because I'm like, oh, the fan's too loud, I can't. It was gone. So that would have been that.
Same with the radio turned on.
Mhm.
Anything that can give off a frequency, spirit will use.
Okay.
So turning on the fan is kind of cool if you want to listen in, because your clairaudience will go beyond it.
Okay. Because I could hear stuff, but I thought maybe our neighbors were outside because our window was open too. But I didn't even think it was the fan that.
So Linda, when you go to sleep and you put your head on the pillow, can you hear the frequency, the astral sounds?
not now.
Wow.
Nothing now. I don't hear nothing. Yeah.
Wow. When you realized that, how did that feel? Like, what did you think?
I thought, yay, there's nothing wrong with my ears now.
Yeah. Well, now you want to start asking questions that you want to know, right? Like positive things, like where am I going in 5 years? Am I going to be living in this house? You know, like things where you can start receiving answers. So this week with the spirit, I do want you to start focusing on asking questions that only the spirit would know.
Okay.
Not last night, but the night before when I went to bed, it was through the middle of the night. Remember I said I have my light in my room? Well, my light glowed, and I have that table, chest or whatever, and the whole shelf
Yes.
right up and out, and all my stuff fell on the floor in the middle of the night.
Get out.
Yeah.
The night before the full moon?
Not last night.
The night before.
The night before. Yeah.
So that was before. Wow.
Because when was the full moon? Last night.
Last night?
Last night, yeah, the
With
night.
an eclipse. And
Oh.
see, what happens is that full moon is meant to clear away anything that's not meant for your next month.
Okay.
So
Okay.
something must have been cleared and maybe wanted to let you know, I've been
Yeah.
cleared, you know.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me, I'll tell you that. It didn't take me long to wake. Like, no.
Yeah, and you don't know what time about that was, hey?
No, I don't.
Wow, that's amazing. So
I
you
never-
definitely want to focus on future stuff now. Don't go so much into spirits that are passed away.
Oh, okay.
Because I want you to communicate with higher spirits.
Mhm.
And those spirits are the ones that will know things about your future.
Okay.
So ask anything you want. You can ask about your son's future, your daughter's future, what's going to happen, when am I going to retire, and just every day ask a question.
Okay.
Are you there when you wake up? Okay? Because now we want to start communicating with spirit so that they can actually go and get us the information that we seek. So one question a day, and that answer will come in that day somehow.
Okay.
Just to your head, right?
It may not. It may come through someone saying something.
Okay.
Maybe you're out and about and all you overhear is Sedona.
Okay.
So the puzzle will be within the day, the key. And so what I want you to do is send out what you want to receive for information and see how the universe brings it to you. Now, when we're opening up and focusing on just being aware, it's easier for us to communicate with spirit because we don't have to just focus on our own abilities and try to send it out there so that, you know, our psychic antennas are reaching for whoever we're trying to communicate. We are opening ourselves up enough so that the gifts of the spirit can communicate with us. So if they are a seer, if they have psychic vision, then they will bring visions to you.
Okay.
Okay? So one thing I want you to do is learn how to communicate with spirit. So I want you to pick out one male spirit,
Okay.
one female spirit that you know of that's passed away, and we're going to specifically call and work with those two people.
Okay.
And we both know a male and female that's passed away. So you'll want to take the time to call them, right? So you wake up and say, I want to hear and connect with John Musk. And you
Okay.
have to say their name. And then ask them a question. And I'd say, okay, Grandpa, I want to know, should I go to Nova Scotia next week?
Mm-hmm.
And then once I hear a yes or a no, then I'll ask something about my future.
Okay.
Because you want to have accountable spirits that you
Okay.
can call upon. So if I'm having trouble communicating with someone else's spirit, I know that I can rely on my own spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And they can get me any information that's out there. Doesn't matter who they are, where or what the information is, if it's past, present, or future, our spirits can go and get that information.
Okay.
So you also want to take note on where you feel them come in. Because you'll feel them come in from behind you. Is it in this area? Or is it the back? Okay? And we're going to try to open up our clear sentience, which is our clear feeling, our psychic feelings, so that we know what these spirits feel like when they come.
Okay.
Now, were you watching for the raccoon eyes on people?
I was, yeah.
Did you see?
I did. I didn't see any dark ones, just light ones. And I just when I went to get groceries, I just stared at everybody when I was walking by. And I probably looked like a bitch or something because they're probably like, what is she doing? Because I'm like,
That's funny.
but I didn't see any, or didn't experience seeing any dark ones out of the people that I've seen.
But you could see the radiance that I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's
It looks
good.
like someone took the highlighter makeup and just
Yeah.
put it on.
What about you, Linda?
No, nothing.
Nothing when you look around here at people, you can see like all in here, like they're whiter. It looks like when people wear sunglasses and get tanned,
Yeah.
you know, when their eyes are lighter, it kind of looks like that. And every person has it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like looking at people's eyes though?
No.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to start. Eyes are the window to the soul.
I only look from the waist down, Georgina. That's it.
I love it.
I don't want to know their eyes or their names when I roll off.
Okay, so how about just pay attention to people you're talking to and you have to look in the face. Just try to see that radiance that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
that's where, if we can't see their aura that's around their body, we can see it here.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do past life work, the eyes never change.
Okay.
It's everything around this raccoon part that changes, but the eyes stay the same.
Okay. I will do that.
And you'll know if they're high in energy or low in energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about when I said when you're looking in the mirror and you go like this? Could you see that light that's a couple inches above in the mirror?
A little.
Yeah, I could see like a little bit of white energy,
Okay.
right? And I was practicing also on Sean, so I could see the outline of his as well. So it was pretty cool.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is our protective shield,
Mhm.
right? Now try to see it not so much in the light, but when it's like just starting to get dim, like this type of time, if the lights were off and you were to look at Sean or your partner and you see like just a wall behind, look
Mhm.
how far up the wall you
Okay.
can see that light. Now, if there is light there, that means that there is good energy flowing in.
Mm-hmm.
And the days
Good.
that you can't see it, you know your energy is weak. So
Oh.
that's what's going to happen. You're probably going to get bitchy, or right? Or you probably will get moody, or something will set you off. But it's a good thing to watch for every time you get ready. Just kind of make sure your protection is there and you can see it.
Okay.
If you don't see it or it's weak, close your eyes and focus on seeing your protection.
Mm-hmm.
What will happen is while your eyes are closed, you want to focus right in the middle of your eye, the closed eyelids, and you'll see some light. So if you close your eyes right now, you might see like a pink or a reddish light.
Mm-hmm.
When we're focusing on trying to manifest our protection, we focus on that light until it changes color, or it gets brighter, or it goes white or yellow.
Okay.
Okay? But if you can see that aura, then you know that you're protected.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty sharp.
Yeah. And everyone has one.
Mm-hmm.
The mirror is pretty neat for ourselves to keep looking
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's your clairvoyance. And what about the ceiling?
Oh, the sparkles or the I see those, and then last night I had it was just like a big oval with sparkles, and then everything else went black around it, just in the oval.
Oh.
Is that good? What is that?
So you actually could see like something, right?
Yeah.
That's where the spirit's putting everything together. So that would go.
Okay.
Did you see it end up leaving?
It split in two,
Okay.
and then it went across the room.
So that's clearing. That's positive spirits. All the sparkles are the positive spirits. And what they do is they collect all of the things that need to go and get cleansed that night.
Oh.
So that is like that black that you see.
Yeah.
Represent any of our stress or our body energy, the fatigued part or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's cool, because that was the first time I seen like a shape of it. Every other
Sometimes
night.
nightmares will look like that too,
Oh,
except they're more dense and they look like they're like coming at you. And then you go, oh my God, go away.
Okay.
And I just hold my hands out.
Okay.
As soon as you hold your hands out, now that's what I want to do to take it further is at night, hold your hands out like this, just in front of your face.
Okay.
And you will see from this hand to this hand, in there you will see your auric egg. And it'll look like a projection screen.
Mm-hmm.
So focus on just like this, and see how my thumbs are like that. Just do this when you're laying at night. Just go like this above you. And then you can slowly go like that, and you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
And then that's how you can say no and stop it.
Okay.
No, all the superheroes.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they do that.
It makes sense now.
Right? It's force field.
Yeah.
Activate.
Like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you can even just and then just use your right hand and communicate with the energy and see if you can make the energy stronger.
Okay.
Because when we use our right hand, we're feeding the energy and making it stronger. And then see what color comes.
Okay.
So really take it further to try to see colors. Now you will see colors of our aura. So you'll see blue sparkles, green sparkles, orange, red. So you want to take note on the sparkles that we see with the energy that's above us at night. Because those will represent what energy's in play.
Okay.
And each one of the chakras is a consciousness. It's like a brain of its own. And they all have different feelings and energies. And that's how it communicates with us. And that's actually how spirit communicates with us. So all of the energy, whenever we're tapping into our psychic senses, our psychic seeing, our psychic hearing, our psychic feeling, even our taste, okay? Anything that is of spirit comes to us with electromagnetic energy, okay? And our auric body is electromagnetic energy. So the more heightened we are and the more electrical we are, the more we can experience, okay? And so when you start communicating and you're aware and you know how to tap into different areas of the spirit world, you will become quite sensitive when it comes to like carrying hematite or holding anything with batteries. Like for me, I can't even hold a cell phone. If I hold a cell phone, I get burns. Like I'll burn. So I don't even have one around me unless I'm traveling.
Maybe it's dosed with holy water.
I love holy water, actually. I used to be worried about that. And then I started a holy water collection. I know I'm holy. And every once in a while, I'll put holy water in my bath just to, double check.
Yeah, purify everything.
But, sometimes you question things. So, yeah, holy water bath is nice. You could try that.
Yeah.
Then you know you're clean. I even got Fatima water. That stuff's scary to bath in, actually. It was pretty awesome.
What is it?
Fatima. She's a famous woman that could do miracles in Italy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Lady of Fatima. So our energies is how we actually communicate with spirit. So they don't actually come and they're like not, sucked to our third eye. They're communicating by just touching our energy field. So we're quite sensitive. And that's why the chakras are so important when it comes to our intuitive development, because the more activated we are, the more experience we can have. Right? So our electromagnetic energies represent our auric field, and it stands out about 4 to 6 feet from our actual physical body. One thing that I like to do is focus on how much can I feel away from my body.
Okay.
Like if you go and practice standing by a door, and if you're standing like 2 inches from the door, can you feel its energy? And if you're away about 4 feet from the door, can you feel the door's energy?
Okay.
Or the same with a person. When you're sitting next to a person, can you feel their energy hitting your energy? Is it their heat?
Yeah.
How far away can you feel that?
Okay.
Realize how much space you actually need. Like for me, I need to have my rooms clear. Like my kitchen is the clearest room, and I love it because when I walk in, it's like all of my auric body can go whew, and just feel everything. Right? So take note on how far and close you sense things.
Okay.
And you'll realize how much space you need. Same with driving. You'll know how much space you need behind the person you're driving behind.
Mm.
Or are you right up on their bumper?
Just depending on how I wake up that day.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And letting yourself wake up then.
Yeah. Yeah. How cranky am I in the morning?
I don't talk in the morning until I am happy.
Yeah, I hear ya.
So when are we going to experience seeing dead people?
So we will have to go to a haunted place to do that.
Yeah.
And there's a couple different things we can do because there are some places that are known to be haunted, but I'd like to do someone's place.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
we could do Linda's, but that's kind of Linda's home.
Yeah. She won't sleep at night if we do it here.
How are you seeing the ceiling now, Linda?
Nothing.
Are you serious?
Honest to God, nothing since you've been here. I mean, I still get, now I'm starting to hear like the crackles, the noises, right?
Those are your home. Those are your gnomes. Every home has a gnome.
Yeah. And, but nothing since then, since we did the
Wow. So
spell.
then that's pretty neat because you actually will feel your own space now.
Yeah, like, yeah. You know, I don't know.
So what you
Almost,
want to do is make sure you smudge your bed and your pillows.
I do that.
Okay, good. Because
Yeah.
after you go through any type of changes, or even if you've been bothered by spirit, I like to fluff and smudge my pillows.
Not that I miss it, that's not what I'm saying, but I kind of, you know, I
It's
don't know.
just very, it's just an absence now, right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
that energy is still filling up with something new.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be your own feelers expanding out.
I hope so. Yeah.
So some of the things I want to do is get you doing some activation techniques. So start communicating with spirits that you know of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you don't want to do the same spirit, you want to change it up.
Okay.
Okay, so that you can actually feel the energy difference.
Okay.
Okay, and then I want you to do some of these techniques that I'm going to talk about right now. And one of them was putting a crystal in your water.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and is Sean drinking that too?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
because when you do that, it helps restructure the crystalline properties in our body. And actually, our pineal and that center part of our brain behind our third eye, when we close our eyes and that screen that we see, that is actually our pineal frequency. And it's full of crystals naturally.
Okay.
And that's why drinking the water helps activate and also accelerate our personal consciousness. So it will get us to move quicker into spirit quicker, and it helps us opening up all of the natural flow of our chakras. So that is like the number one thing to do for keeping your chakras aligned.
What about a crystal bath with crystals?
Yes. Try one.
Which one?
What do you have well, you have all your stones.
Yeah.
I would definitely do an aura light bath.
So all of them?
Crystal, you should definitely do a quartz crystal bath. If you could do a chakra bath,
Yeah.
and all you want to do is you want the water in there while put the stones in while the water is running.
Okay.
After the water's turned off, just let it soak in there like a tea for 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then you have to be in there for 20 minutes.
Okay.
It takes 20 minutes for your body to take it all in on a cellular level. Okay, we should make that actual homework tonight. So
Okay.
that you have one of the gemstone baths. Now, quartz crystal will activate your crown chakra. And the crown chakra is always connected to higher spirits. So that's a good one to do, as well as an amethyst bath.
Amethyst too. Okay.
So if you just did the quartz crystal and an amethyst, you
Yeah.
would be cleansed and be able to feel how the benefits of it.
Yeah.
So we've been putting clear quartz in our water to drink. Should we put an amethyst in there too?
You could, definitely.
Okay.
Now that you know, if you've been drinking the clear quartz for quite a while, add the amethyst to it just so that you can sense the difference.
Okay.
So the amethyst, people use that for the crown chakra, but also the third eye. And it's really good to clear the third eye with the vibration of the amethyst because it's such a high vibration. It will actually cleanse and clear the whole third eye, and you'll feel like it's just open and clear. Like it almost looks like what you're seeing out is like a new set of glasses. And it's pretty refreshing. So if you do have imprints of horrible things, like, you know, if you see something that's like, oh, I wish I didn't see that, now it's in my head, that is what I do to cleanse. Just
Okay.
drink that water, and then it's like it'll take away what I don't want to see anymore.
Okay.
Especially if you put the amethyst in the water after you've experienced that, then your spirit and higher self is like, okay, she doesn't want that any longer.
Clean that shit out.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The other thing is putting clear quartz on your third eye laying down.
Okay.
So if you put your third eye, if you put a clear crystal on your third eye just when you go to sleep and fall asleep that way, see how you're sleeping that night or what happens to your dreams. And you'll probably find your quartz somewhere else on the bed, but that's okay. Because what it will do is it will actually communicate from your third eye. It will communicate with all the other chakras.
Okay.
If you put anything on the crown or the third eye, it will be pushed into our meridian. Okay? If we put a crystal on our heart chakra, it goes in and out through us. But the only crystals that actually can go right through us are the root ones, the root, the sacral, and the third eye and the crown.
Okay.
Okay? But we want to work on these ones so that we can start communicating.
Okay.
The other thing, so put that on your third eye a minimum of 3 times.
We'll have to take it there.
You just lay it there, and then if it falls off, that's okay.
Okay.
I usually end up finding it somewhere. Let me see. The other thing is trying to tune to some kind of sound. So either bells. Do you have a bell or a singing bowl or?
I have chimes. Would they work?
Can you go like that and make them move?
Yeah, I have a bamboo one in my house.
Okay, so you would so then you'll want to listen to them going.
Okay.
So we want to use some kind of chime that actually makes a ding. Brent, will you get my bell? I'll show you what I mean. It's in the kitchen on the shelf. I have guests here.
Are they inside?
Well, they'll use the kitchen, right?
Oh.
So they were in the kitchen when I was doing the full moon last night.
Oh my goodness. I wonder what they thought.
I don't know. They're French. I can't understand. We can barely understand each other. So this is what I mean. Tell me if you can hear the ding.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anything that you can play where there's a resonance.
Okay.
And then I want you to focus on just relaxing with the sound of something. Just to trigger your hearing. And then
Okay.
how far can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So find, and that is one kind of a psychic tool you'll want. So even if you go to a Sally Ann and find a little chime bell, any of those bells will work.
I'll pick up a bell tomorrow, a little bell.
Yeah, and go to like Salvation Army. You might find a little angel one or something.
Yeah.
You want to get into that, and that will also clear. So when you go into a room, you can walk into your psychic room, Linda, and go like this.
Yeah. I actually have a bell over my door.
So if you hear resonance, then there's no negative energy.
Okay.
Because if there was negative energy, the sound is so dense that the bell wouldn't go ding. You know what I mean? You just hear it hit and that's it.
Cool. Geez, I wish I would have known that before. We would have tried it.
Well, now you can get one and then try it in every room of your house, and you'll know which room has the most energy in it by the sound.
Yeah, that sounds
And
pretty
even
sharp.
when you're walking around like a haunted place or something, you can also experience that.
Okay.
All of a sudden it'll just be like ding, and the bell sounds like, I don't know, like it just like copped out on you, right? So between the bell and then looking at the sage and how that's burning, then you know what type of spirit it is,
Okay.
right? And the heavier the spirit, the more nothing there is.
Okay.
Okay? That's why when I went around your house, I wanted to bang it, right? Because that I can hear into the spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
Your little kitty, though, I want your cat so bad. I still think about it. What's his name?
Blackie Chan.
Oh my gosh. Did you hear how it fanged at me?
Yeah.
Did she?
Oh, yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit the drum, I got.
She did? Oh my god.
He was so cute. He should be on TV, that kitty.
Yeah, it was funny.
She hit? Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen her do that before.
No,
No.
Oh, the cutest little thing.
she is cute. I seen a cat at Mark's baseball game the other night, and I obviously took it and snuggled it. And
Aww.
Matthew loved it so much when we went to leave, the whole way home, he goes, meow, meow. I was like, okay, I guess we're getting a cat.
That's hilarious. So now that you guys can see the third eyes, or the aura a little bit, keep studying and watching that off of people.
Okay.
Okay, so either look at their eyes or above their head. And see
Just
what you get.
stare. Stare at strangers.
Exactly. I used to. I
Yeah.
can't help it. Wherever I go, I'm always like dozing off on them.
Just say, I'm not flirting with you. I'm just looking for some aura.
I did get a lot of dirty looks at Walmart when I was checking people out, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh. In the park is best. If you're sitting in the park somewhere and while you're sitting on a bench, if someone's like 200 feet from you, you'll probably see their aura glow brighter than when they're right in front of you.
Okay.
It just has to be a sunny day, and then you'll actually see that.
Cool, yeah.
And I want you to focus on looking for faces in nature. So like the trees.
I do that all the time. I love it.
Okay, because this is the month where we can really open and connect our psychic abilities to nature. So faces in the sky, right? And then faces in the trees and rocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in your home.
I was at the dentist the other day, and I was finding faces in the, those weird tile ceilings that they all have. We had a bunch of faces all through the whole time I was at the dentist.
Oh my God. Hi, Krista.
Hi.
How are you?
The hardest time getting into Zoom.
Did you really?
Yes.
Well, we'll make sure we get the video. We were talking about all of the things that we were practicing and experiencing. And before we move on, I'm glad you hopped on because I wanted to go into a little bit about understanding the different energies and where we want to tap into them. So
Okay.
before we move on, were you able to see any sparkles in the ceiling or anything like that?
Yes, I was.
And what color did you see? Did you get any colors?
Mostly I got white, but I did get, I was looking at something and it was like a red.
So red energy has to do with the root chakra. That means then that you were getting some healing.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, what about when you're going to sleep? When you put your head down, could you hear the astral frequency?
No, well, it's hard because like when I go to sleep, because I have to, there's so much noise in the house. Like I have a fan going, and then I know my daughter's TV going, so it's really hard to hear anything.
Okay, so you're sleeping with a fan on?
Yeah, I actually have 2 fans on in my room.
Okay, and Emily, do you sleep with a fan on?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so
Sometimes I turn it off.
this week, focus on what you hear through the sound of the fan.
Okay. Because I usually turn it off, but I'll keep it on and focus now.
So keep it on for a little while and try to hear into the spirit world.
Okay.
And you will hear music or you'll hear talking, but you will actually hear into the spirit world with the fan on.
Last night, I heard the talking with the fan, but I heard the sirens at that time too. With that,
Yeah.
was that?
You could have been, it could have been in a different dimension.
Okay.
Because when you actually experience the fan and listen in, you are tapping into other dimensions.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
just
Marco
whatever
loves
is
that.
there, right? Because the energy is in change and in motion.
Yeah. Marco love you now. Now he gets to keep the fan on at night.
I will say too, like I am definitely now dreaming more.
Nice.
I have not dreamt like forever. Like it's it's really hard to try to remember the last time that I dreamt. Like, I mean, I know that I must dream at night, but I don't remember. And now I'm like waking up and I'm remembering more and more. Like just 2 days ago, I had a dream about me and Jenna. We're still living where we're living, but she was going to some sort of religious school, and I don't know like what type of religion. And I was actually helping out there. And it was funny because what had happened was I had gone someplace and there was a crystal. And I was saying to somebody, this is what's going to happen. Because I saw this crystal and I said, oh my God, this is going to happen. You got to stop it. But I was too late. And I can't remember what I was saying the crystal will do or what was going to happen. But then the next thing I knew, I was being protected by this religion. And then I was like, I thought I did something wrong because the bishop was coming toward me. And he come in and he was like showing me pictures of crystals pieces. And
do you know why that happens?
Because
the last class. No, because the last class you realized one of your psychic blocks took place at that camp.
Oh.
I mean,
yes. Oh my God, yes!
It's the exact same thing, but your daughter going into school, but it's showing the power of the crystals, which is really important because we were just saying that this week we're going to practice having some crystal baths.
Okay.
So a bath with a quartz crystal, and if you have the amethyst, and that's going to clear you and also activate you. So I want to take note on how you feel this week after that. Next week, I want to meet here. Brett, will you hand me that? I want to meet here, and I need about 2 hours, like an hour and a half to 2 hours, because we're going to play this. This is your psychic test.
Oh,
Oh.
And it is a really cool psychic game, and it is about all of our chakras and how we, and it's about activating our chakras.
Okay.
We activate all our chakras, we're aligned and ready for enlightenment, and that's what that game is all about.
Ooh.
cool.
So this week, if you do have a fan going on your room, listen to that and try to hear into the spirit worlds.
You're telling me you're just infection.
Oh.
Mm.
And then you're going to do the crystal bath so that we can open up our psychic feelings. And Krista, the other thing we said we were going to do is I want you to pick a male spirit and a female spirit that you know that is passed away and start communicating with them.
Oh, I'll just grab some of this.
So you got to call them. Like, so when I want to talk to my grandpa, this is what I do. John Moss. And you have to talk to them to the west.
To the west? Okay.
And after I say his name, I say, Grandpa,
Okay.
I need you, come here. And then I'll ask him questions. And you want to be able to start calling upon spirits that you know so that we can use them for psychic information.
Okay.
And then we're going to focus on asking some questions about the future. So where am I going to live in 5 years? Like things that you don't know that the spirit can bring you answers to and that you can look at later.
Well, okay.
She's got Katie.
Mm.
She's. Mhm.
Now you all have the pendulum, you're all use the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I want you to use them in every room of your house.
Okay.
Stand in the room, make sure they're shoulder length apart. And the reason why you want them to be shoulder length apart is because that's your meridian.
Mhm.
Okay.
Anything outside of our shoulders will feel different, right? So you want to make sure they're on the edges of the meridian, and then are they crossing and closing in each room, or are they opening? So
Okay.
if they cross and close, then that means you got to do something about it and change the energy so they open. So you can ring a bell, light some smudge, put a bowl of salt in it, even a bowl of water charged, cleanse this room, and see what works. That's awesome, Shell. Nice.
A friend of mine went to Vancouver or Victoria, and that's what he brought me back.
Oh, that's awesome. You got a smudge shell. Are you smudging it with it?
Yes, I'm going. I just got it today, and I'm like, I can't wait.
Good. We'll do it tonight. The other thing I want you to do is start going like this. When you put your hands like this, fingers on top of each other at night. Brent, will you close that door or window or light? Sorry, door, window, light. And when you go like this at night, really, really slowly start to separate your fingers like this and see what happens. And then go back and then go like this. And I want you to do that until when you're like this, your fingers have a long line attached to each other.
Oh,
Okay.
seeing the energy.
This is what I want you to see.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Kind of creepy.
Yeah.
So, so it's not though, it's your own energy. So practice doing that, okay? Because when we go into a haunted place, which we'll figure out, I'll figure out a haunted place. I want you to be able to direct your energy like that,
Okay.
okay? So after you do this for a while, at night when you're laying down or sitting straight, but I like to do it when I'm laying down. I always go like that and play. Then go like this and go like this. and just put your hand up and down with your fingers apart,
Okay.
like
Okay.
that, into the space. Okay. Krista, were you able to see your aura like this? In the mirror?
Not my crown aura, but I was able to see bits and pieces of my aura. But
Whereabouts?
Around my hands and my arms.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, keep focusing in the mirror, and you just go like this, and when you're getting ready, move your head to the side and see if you can see it.
Okay.
And then watch for that on everyone. What about the raccoon eyes?
No.
No?
No. I forgot that.
Okay, well, focus on seeing whether their eyes have a glow. You know, in the summer when people wear sunglasses, it's bright.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but
Okay.
it's not a sunglass mark.
Okay.
And you know what? The older people, you can really see their glow shine
Okay.
because they're full of wisdom and knowledge, and you can just see that energy around them. Yeah. So our first two, so a little bit before we go, I want to get into the auras. One thing is our eyes will be able to see auras and even go into color. So focus on energy. That is the first aura. It's called the etheric aura. And it extends 2 inches from the body. So it'll be like that.
That's the white one.
Okay.
And you
Yeah.
will also, you can also see shades of blue in that one. Red or blue. And the blue relates to physical condition, and the red relates to the energy of the physical condition. Okay? And when if you see in the light, if you can see in the light, like in the teepee, I can really see people's glow and it's like super red or blue. But if you can see the red or blue, then you know, okay, red is energy healing, blue is physical healing, even though they're the same thing. That's why they're in the same aura. So for you, Krista, when you were seeing the red lights in the room, that would represent the physical healing that's taking place on your body.
Oh, good. I
And
need
if
it.
you said, I'm tired, I need healing, and said that to your ceiling, before you went to sleep, you would see the change in color occur in the sparkles.
Oh,
So try to ask for healing
okay.
this week and see if you can get red or blue sparkles.
Okay.
And if you do see that, then that means that your connection to spirit is nice and strong enough that your etheric, your first spirit, your first aura is receiving that energy that you need. And that energy and that aura is the one that helps us decide whether our life that day is pleasurable or a pain in the ass. Okay? So it will also let us know how our energy is flowing. So focus on the blue or the red for healing. The next aura out from 4 to 8 inches from our body, or 4 to 6, let's say, is our emotional aura. So when we communicate with spirit, and some of you have seen me and all of a sudden I get emotional, that's where I'm communicating with spirit who knows how to feel. And they are putting their energy into that auric field.
Okay.
So that auric body, our second one around us, is actually all 7 rainbows of the body.
Oh,
So the 7 rainbows, all 7 colors of the chakras exist into that one aura. And it's always changing, but it's always rainbow. And this aura is associated with how we feel.
Okay.
So what happens is if we're not in a positive state, that aura shrinks down and collapses and becomes very thin And all of the electromagnetic energy, that static energy that's keeping it expanded into each other and growing and collecting, it's weak and suffocates. So people that have no emotional connection could actually lose that auric body in themselves.
Oh, wow.
And that's why they are so cold-hearted.
Mm-hmm.
So when it collapses, it's like a lung collapse, right? How do you pump new life into that? Well, the only way to heal that would be pumping in real emotional, true state of being, right? So that's pretty interesting. So when we're negative, it can create dark colors in our aura. So when I say look for the shadow in front of people's eyes, it would almost looks like a grayish. And that is the aura that we're looking at.
Okay.
And that would mean something emotional. Their emotional life force is being drained. They're fighting something. So focus on rainbow colors or the first layer.
Okay.
Okay? I'm excited about that one. Now, if you see, the last one I'm going to teach you is the mental aura. So if you see yellow, so anytime you're looking at sparkles on your ceiling at night, or you see yellow in the room or atmosphere, that is the mental state of being. So if I'm focusing on my spirit energy, all that dust stuff, you can kind of see it in my black here. Oh, the orb disappeared. Darn it.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, well, that orb had yellow in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when there's yellow, I know that's a mental projection.
Okay.
So if I am receiving information from energy that seems to have yellow in it, I know that I'm reading into the mind or the state of mind. That's what I'm connecting to. And people will have a yellow aura, but so will spirit. So if spirit comes to me and there's yellow, I know that I'm tapping into what he thinks.
Okay.
Okay? And within that aura, it's all of our thoughts and our mental processes. So we either have a bright mental state and it's positive, or we have a regular, dull, or we don't have that yellow glow. And
Is that where crazy comes from?
Is that where what?
Crazy comes from?
Exactly. Because that mental state in that auric body, which is the third one away. So now we're talking about this way from the body.
Mm-hmm.
If it becomes negative, it becomes no light. All the yellow disappears and it's just black.
Yeah.
And because it's the third body, it's connected to the earth realm. So any negative spirit can feed into that. It attracts to that. And then it wants to like suck it like it's a Slurpee. So being able to see, so as soon as you see that yellow, you're looking at, about here, I would say, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the mirror. So then you're taking a look at that second aura is what you're seeing. Try to take note on how far ahead you're seeing your energy, because it'll be different every week and every day.
Okay.
Sometimes the higher the light, if all of a sudden that light, you just see a glow way up here, then that represents the dominant aura you're communicating with the universe and the world.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take note on that. And it's actually really good to learn that, because that's part of what helps me stay in my state of being. So many people are like, how can you always be positive? And I have a control unit. My intuition is my controller. As soon as it isn't positive and bright, I stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Unless I'm doing something with it or trying to figure it out, right? But I have to have a state of benefit before I communicate with anything or anyone.
Yeah.
Right? So let's do our angel card for this week. Does anyone have any questions about anything we've said?
No?
I don't think so. Not yet.
So you're going to use your woo-woo wands in each room,
Mhm.
Okay.
shoulder apart, and see if they open or close.
Okay.
And if they close, then we need to energize that room.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, and that's a good thing. Like I check the energy of my room every time I walk into each room. I make sure it's the energy I like.
Mhm.
And then once we're able to control that, then we know what's walking in. And that's why I like doing readings here, because as soon as someone walks in my door, I can feel everything they brought with them because
Yeah.
I know my space, right?
Yeah.
So we want to get to know the space and also learn how to purify it and
Mhm.
open it up so that our portal of power is positive. And if it's closed, that just means it needs more flow. It
Mhm.
doesn't mean it's negative. It just means it needs more flow. The energy is too dense.
Okay.
So see what works best for you on cleansing that. Is it a bowl of salt? Is it a bowl of water? Is it smudging? Is it ringing a bell? Right? Or did you put a crystal in it? Now, if you're going to use crystals, it takes about 3 days for a crystal to change the energy of the room.
Okay.
So try to do something a little quicker. Okay? And next week we'll meet here and we'll be tuning in. And when you meet here, I'll have something figured out as far as spirit and something cool.
Okay.
Maybe I'll even put an announcement. Looking for some place to bless.
Yeah. There we go.
Someone might say, hey, I got a place.
I got a bad one.
Yeah. That works.
I'll put an ad out. It'll be fun. Maybe
You
we'll
should.
one of them will say,
Oh,
hey, I got
the Loyal City Paranormal,
yeah.
don't they have something?
They
Are they
probably
still? I thought
do.
they were done.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't seen anything. I thought for sure that they were done.
I like going into places like people's houses,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Put an ad out on
I'll just put it on my page looking for a place that needs to be blessed. It's got to be haunted.
Yeah. Do it.
Haunted or negative.
You
Yeah.
know what we should do sometime?
Okay, what?
We should have a field trip, overnight field trip, and go to that prison, that
It's
jail.
closed.
Oh, is it closed now?
They closed down. Yeah.
In
Oh.
Dartmoor or wherever that was? Oh, that would be cool because, yeah, the building inspectors closed it down.
Oh, I did not know
He's
that.
fighting to get it back open though, so it may hopefully. Yeah.
There's always the Algonquin.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We could do we could all split a double bed, like two
Yeah.
double beds, and go and have a.
A field
We
day, right.
could. Yeah.
I
It
do
would
it.
be easy. I don't know what they charge, but I'll figure something out.
Okay.
Yeah.
At Costco, they have the Algonquin coupons. So it's like you get $100 coupon for only $80.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you get that?
Oh yeah.
At Costco.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, I'll look into it. So next week we'll meet here at 6:30.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. I'll have some psychic tea ready. Actually, I'm going to post a recipe, and then if you can't get the materials and do it, then maybe I'll get everything and we can make it here next week.
Okay.
Because it is something that you should drink every now and then.
Okay.
We'll see how you do.
Is
Okay,
that the
awesome.
Indian boxes
Okay, let's
or
pick a
blue?
card for this week. So what type of psychic energy are we going to be tapping into? What does the spirit want us to focus on? Spiritual growth.
Ah,
Okay.
nice.
I think it's still the exercises.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
don't stop. I do them too. Same with the red and black. The
Okay.
reason why the red and black is just because you're getting it to the point where someone is just going to say red, black, red, red, black, and all you're doing is listening to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
No matter if we're right or wrong, we just want to hear them. And how
Okay.
are they quick or are they further away? Okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Well, we'll talk next week then.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
post some more exercises and the ones that we're talking about tonight.
Okay, perfect.
Have fun. Get,
Bye.
Yeah.
get freaky.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good night.
Night.